Good morning, children. I welcome you all to your second semester. Today, we'll read the first chapter of your textbook, that is, Not Such a Bad Thing After All. In this chapter, we'll study that education is very important for everyone. If we are not educated, anyone can trick us without our knowledge. This chapter is very interesting, but before reading the chapter, let's take a quick look at the new words. Let's read the new words. The first word is relieved, eased from something unpleasant. But relieved means when you don't like to do some work and you are asked to leave that work. Means you are relieved from that particular work. Next, village crier. In olden days, the person who made public announcements, usually by shouting in the streets. But a village crier is a person who make important announcements among the public by shouting in the streets. But in the olden days, there were no means to give information to the people. So there was a village crier, there was a person who made announcements by shouting in the streets. Next is mumbled, uttered something quietly without opening the mouth much. Mumbled means to speak something very quietly. मुंह में बोलना, जिसे हम बोलते हैं मुंह में बोलना. This is mumbled. Okay. So, mumbling means when somebody is sitting with you, beside you, even that person can't hear what are you saying. Okay. This is mumbling. Inquired, asked for information. Inquired, everyone knows inquire karna, information gather karna. Strange, unusual. When something is very strange, it's not common. Okay. Unusual. Tough, strong. Tough means strong. Interest, money paid for the use of money lent. When we borrow money from someone, that person says that you can give me the interest of this money every month. You can give me small amount of interest every month to pay your money. This is interest. Slunk, moved in a secret manner. Slunk means beta चुपके से निकल जाना, secretly निकल जाना. Deceived, tricked someone intentionally. Deceived means धोखा देना, किसी को trick करना intentionally. That is deceived. Let's read the chapter together. Something new had come to the village of Indora. The people sat in front of Totaram's house and chatted. Totaram and his friend Bala are hiding behind the people and listening to their chat. Now beta, there was a village named Indora and something new had come in the village. कुछ नया आया था वहाँ and everyone was talking about it. Totaram and his friend, they were also hiding behind the people and listening to their chat. Now let's see what new had come. They heard that for the first time a school teacher had come from the city and she was going to start a school in the village. Now अब उन्होंने क्या सुना कि एक school teacher आई है from the city and she is about to start a school here. But this lesson is of the olden times when there were no schools in the villages. So this was something very new for them, that a school is going to start in the village. Okay, and the teacher is also motivating the villagers to send their children to school. But the word school was very strange for Totaram. Why it was strange? Because he hadn't heard this term earlier. Then he heard that his father was saying to someone that I want my son in the fields. Totaram felt relieved. He said that I don't have to go to school because my father is saying that I will not send my child to school. I want my child in the fields. So he was very satisfied. The next day, the village crier went around the village telling the people about the school. Now there was a village crier who was roaming in the village and beating the drum and telling the people that a school had opened in the village. Now Totaram saw all the children of the village go into a new house just outside the village. But the school for them was a new house. Okay, they considered school as a new house because they don't know what a school is. Okay, so he was listening to he saw everyone going there and the school was just outside the village. Then what happened? Then one day he went to the fields with the cattle. ओके वो अपनी कैटल को लेके फील्ड्स में गया. ही पीप्ड थ्रू द बैम्बू स्टिक्स, बट द बाउंड्री ऑफ द स्कूल वॉज मेड अप ऑफ बैम्बू स्टिक्स, सो ही कुड सी थ्रू द होल्स ऑफ द बैम्बू स्टिक्स. वो कोशिश कर रहा था. ही वॉज वेरी क्यूरियस टू नो कि वॉट इज इनसाइड इट एंड वॉट आर द चिल्ड्रन डूइंग देयर. Now, as he was peeping through the bamboo sticks, he saw a strange sight, that the boys and the girls were sitting in rows and the teacher was making funny marks on the big blackboard with a small white stick. Now he saw that all the children were sitting in the rows and on the floor, and the teacher was making funny marks, means he was writing something on the board with a chalk, and according to him the chalk was a small white stick and the teacher was writing funny marks on the big blackboard. This was something very new for him. Totaram saw Bala made faces at him. Now he saw his friend Bala and made faces at what is she writing on the board. But Bala was interested in the marks and he did not see him. He was very much interested to see what the teacher was writing. Now, according to him, when he saw all this, he thought that school must be a better place than doing work in the fields. उसने क्या सोचा कि स्कूल एक बेटर प्लेस होगी. मुझे लगता है फील्ड्स में वर्क करने से तो बेटर है कि मैं स्कूल जाऊँ. सो वन डे ही सीक्रेटली स्लिप्ड अवे एंड वेंट टू द स्कूल रूम. At first, he did not understand what the teacher was writing on the board. All the students were ahead of him. Why they were ahead? Because they had come to the school early and he was the latecomer. Even his friend Bala could write his name. Even his friend Bala could write his name properly. Bala was also able to write his name properly. Totaram felt very ashamed. Totaram को बहुत ashamed feel हुआ, and he worked hard to match the other students. और उसने बहुत कोशिश की कि मैं बाकी students के साथ match कर सकूं. Now, every day he went to school without telling anyone at home. Okay, he did not tell anyone at home that he was going to school every day. Okay, he slowly began to learn. अब धीरे धीरे उसको पढ़ना आ गया. The teacher often called Totaram's letters the big tracks of birds and made him to do over and over again. अब Totaram used to write very big letters. Okay, like the tracks, like the means unevenly big letters. Okay, so the teacher used to make him do the work again and again, and slowly he began to do everything properly. One day he saw a letter in his mother's hand. It had come from her sister who was married in some other village. Now one day he saw that his mother was carrying a letter in his hand. और वो letter कहाँ से आई थी? वो उसकी sister की letter थी who was married in some other village. Now she could not read the letter because she was not educated. She could not read the letter. So Totaram told that he will read the letter for her. His mother was very surprised and she asked her, when did you learn to read? अब उसकी मम्मा इतनी surprise हो गई. Why? Because she did not know that he was going to school. Okay, and she asked her कि when did you learn to read? Now Totaram was very confused, but he mumbled. उसने mumbling की, अपने mouth के अंदर उसने बोला that I have been going to school every day. मैं तो रोज स्कूल जाता था. And you thought that I am in the fields with the cows. मैं तो fields में होता ही नहीं था. I always used to go to school. I have been learning how to read and write. Now the mother asked, if you have been to school, then what did the cows do while you were in the school? He said that we took turns and went to the school. Now his mother asked that where were the cows? जब आप स्कूल में थे तो cows कहाँ थी? तो he said that we took turn, we went to school turn wise. Okay, her mother said that your father will be very angry, but he said that don't worry, father will understand. उसने कहा कोई बात नहीं, don't worry, father will understand the situation. Mother was very happy seeing his son reading the letter. She was happy that her son was reading the letter for her. Okay. The news in the letter was also very pleasing. It said that her sister had a new son. What was written in the letter? That his sister had a new son. Now days passed and Totaram realized that his father was in trouble. Now so many days passed and Totaram realized that his father was in trouble because his father used to sit all alone and in tension. His sister Jay also knew it. His sister also knew that father was in trouble. Totaram remembered that he had seen his father talking to a strange man. ओके तोताराम राम को क्या रिमेंबर हुआ कि उसने अपने फादर को किसी स्ट्रेंज मैन के साथ टॉक करते हुए देखा है. He and his sister Jay went together to find out who the man was. Now he and his sister Jay went together to find out that who the man was. His father and the strange man used to sit under the banyan tree and talk to each other. Now they both knew that their father sat under the banyan tree and he talked to the strange man. Now they forgot that what work they have come for. Okay, so they started swinging on the branches of the banyan tree. Suddenly they saw their father and the strange man coming towards the tree. They quickly climbed up the tree and hid on the flat branches above. अब जब उन्होंने देखा कि उनके फादर और वो स्ट्रेंज मैन ट्री के पास आ रहे हैं, दे क्लाइम्ड अप द ट्री. वो ट्री के ऊपर चले गए और वो फ्लैट ब्रांचेस पे हाइड हो गए. The strange man gave a piece of paper to the father. Now what did the strange man do? He gave a piece of paper to the father and asked him to make a thumb mark and then he will lend 50 rupees to him. उसने स्ट्रेंज मैन ने फादर को क्या बोला कि इसके ऊपर तुम अपना थंब का निशान लगा दो एंड आई विल लेंड यू 50 rupees. Now Totaram's father asked what was written on the paper. He asked what was written on the paper. The man said that you have to pay me 2 rupees a month as interest until you can pay back all the money I had lent you. Now the man said जब तक तुम मेरे सारे पैसे वापस नहीं कर देते तब तक तुम्हें मुझे 2 rupees per month देने पड़ेंगे as a interest. When Totaram saw the letter from above, he quickly jumped down off the tree and warned his father that this is not true. Now he saw the letter. He was above the tree. He saw the letter and he warned his father that this man is cheating you. This is not true. The moneylender is tricking you. But Totaram's father said that go back home and don't interfere. And Totaram's father said that you don't interfere between the two elder persons. Then Totaram said that I have been to school and learned to read. अब उसने अपने फादर को बता दिया कि मैं स्कूल जाता था and I have learned how to read and write. According to this paper, you have to pay 5 rupees to the man instead of 2 rupees. Now he said that this paper says that you have to pay 5 rupees to the man instead of 2 rupees. Our teacher has told us about the interest. She has taught us that what is interest. Now all the truth came forward. Totaram's father was very angry with the moneylender. He was about to be cheated. Now the moneylender secretly ran away. Totaram's father was very happy with Totaram. He said, though you have deceived me, yet you have saved my earnings. Now what do you understand by this? He means to say that though you have deceived me, though you have cheated me, that you are going to the fields with your cows and cattle and you went to school to read and write. Okay, you have cheated me, but you have saved my earnings. Okay, so I'm very happy with you. Now I have decided that both you and your sister Jay must go to school. Perhaps school is not such a bad thing after all. So students, this is all with the chapter. So what do we learn from this lesson? That we should gain education because only a literate person can understand what is right for the future. That's why your parents send you to school, right? So I hope you must have understood this chapter very properly. Thank you so much.